from New Jersey, the motherland. So maybe that's why I feel a special connection with him. I met Elijah a few months ago through a networking group that I'm in. And Elijah has a lot in common with a lot of us. And I'll let him tell that story. It's his to tell. But a little bit about Elijah is he was born in Newark, New Jersey. He was raised by a single mom in poverty-stricken neighborhoods. He's a father of 5, and he has a mission to share testimony in hopes to inspire. I'm going to let Elijah tell the rest of his story. So, everyone, Elijah Morgana.
So first and foremost, thank y'all once again. I want y'all to give yourselves a round of applause. Just give yourselves a round of applause. Because not only is it Tuesday after 5 o'clock, there's probably some shows that's coming on, some reality shows that people are missing. So for you taking the time out of here to come down and celebrate each other, like it deserves a lot. But right now I'm going to ask you, before I go into my story, I like to break the ice. I want to know who in here was having a bad day today. Be honest. Be honest. Okay. Fred, you having a bad day? I was having. You was having a bad day. Can you come up here with me, please? Like I learned in the army. I was in the army for 4 years. One of the things you don't do is raise your hand first. No, come on. So look, what I want you to do when I ask y'all to give yourselves a round of applause. Like music, sound, vibrations, everything is energy. We move through vibration. So that round of applause y'all gave her, I want y'all to give everybody that comes up here and pour into you that same round of applause. But because Miss Ann was so courageous to raise her hand, I want us all to stand up and give her a round of standing ovation. Wait. On the count of 3. On the count of 3, we're going to stand up and give her a round of applause. 1, 2, 3. Look, Miss Ann, it's not much, but it's something. I'm going to give you, I think it's $18. No. Just because, this is the thing, people don't understand random acts of kindness. Like these people who are showing y'all today random acts of kindness, when people forgot about us, there's people that still doing nice things, is being there to support. So I want to thank you. I was born in poverty. My New Jersey is coming out because Sharon got up there. Outside of that, my Southern hospitality usually kicks in. But I was born in poverty. My mom, outside of her being a single mom, she was heavily addicted to heroin. She was heavily addicted to cocaine, but she conquered it. Like my mom, I learned so much from her. It was amazing. Like I learned how to overcome. I learned how to cook. Like my mom said, you're going to know how to cook just in case you get married to someone that don't know how to cook. And guess what I did when I got 19? Married someone that didn't know how to cook. So in all honesty, that cooking came in handy. But one thing I was missing was a male role model. My father was a kingpin in Jersey. He was a big-time drug dealer. Him and his crew robbed banks in Jersey. So my father was in and out of jail from the age of 0 to 5. And then he spent the next 20 plus years in the penitentiary. So I didn't see my father until I was 27 years old. And that was the first time I really called him dad. And like all the other males in my household, my uncle was a millionaire at 19. Who in here remembers the boom of '88 in regards to crack? My uncle benefited off of that ridiculously at 19, but his association got him locked up and he's been in jail. He's now 44 years old. So I'm saying that these people, we have to understand that we are out here for a reason. If you served any time, if you beat it, it's for a reason. And I can say that I know that I look young and I had this suit and tie and dress up on, but I'm 31 years old, and 3 years ago I was looking at 6 years in what is it called? The Richmond Justice Center. I call it the jail. But I was sitting in there, and I was sitting in the old one. I wasn't in the Justice Center, and where it's 40 plus people in the pod. My first night in there was a fight right next to my bunk. But my mind, only thing that I could think about was my 4 kids. I have 4 kids, 3 boys and 1 girl, sitting outside in Richmond, and who's going to raise them? The system? Economic equality? TANF? That's not going to raise them. So this is the first time that I actually sat down and I prayed to God for anything. And long story short, God turned 6 years to 6 days. He turned a felony to a misdemeanor. And that was a blessing to me because it allowed me to look back on my life and to see that I had somebody looking out for me. I had somebody praying for me the entire time. But when I got out, I was like, yo, God, Jesus, the universe, Allah, Buddha, whoever, you have a disciple. Because I'm going to share my message. I made a decision to share my message with whoever will listen. And since then, me and my wife launched 5 businesses. I'm now a renowned speaker. I'm known in 14 different countries in over 40 states in the U.S. It's not because somebody gave me something. Nobody gave me nothing. When we're right here, we have an advantage than a person that never struggled. You know why? Because we wanted more. We have reasons and whys that outweigh anything. And when my back was against the wall and I was talking, I have a background in mortgage and customer service. They're not hiring nobody with a distribution charge. Sure. Nobody. Even if it's a misdemeanor. So it was a reality check to me. I had to humble myself and I had to establish that relationship. But throughout my humbling of myself, it allowed me to develop a relationship with God. It allowed me to start reading. It allowed me to start seeking mentorship and guidance. Stuff that you don't get taught on the streets. You're handed a pound of weed or a pack and a pistol before you're handed a book by Napoleon Hill. I know a lot of y'all may not know that, but that book right there changed my life. I live by what I'm telling y'all today is not something that I read in a book. It's not a fairy tale. It's my life. But these books that I read has allowed me to better myself. Whoever heard of, if you hang around 6 broke people, you're normally the 7th broke person. If you hang around 6 people that are promiscuous, you're normally the 7th promiscuous person. But do you know that works the same way when you hang around successful people? Like, I started to seek out entrepreneurs and CEOs and real estate and sheriffs of different counties. My network went from 500 to well over 15,000 in 7 months. And I'm not just talking about regular people. These are people that are in position. Like, meeting Miss Sharon was a blessing. Like, when you find out your purpose in life and what you're supposed to live, and I'm going to tell y'all, congratulations on your job. But that's the first step into success. Because this job that you have right now is just a stepping stool to the next job. And to the next job. Until you open your own business. Until you open your own salon. Until you set up something you can't pass a job on to your kids. I have 5 children. If I work, and I've been paying child support since I was 19. If I work, $9 an hour is the most I can make with a misdemeanor. They're going to take half of that. 5 children, I'm paying child support for 4. So I'm working just to pay for gas. So my mindset, my back was against the wall. I had to change. Those books, that association, it's out there. And I want to give my condolences. I meant to give this in the beginning, my apologies. But your husband is still here. He's with us in spirit. Like, this is the thing. I'm going to get real intellectual on y'all right quick. I'm not a physicist. I didn't graduate high school. But we're spiritual beings that live in a physical body that have an intellect. So this physical body that we have right now, we have the ability to mold it into whatever we want. So continuously associate yourself with other people. Continuously educate yourself. Now that you got the job, that's the beginning. You still have to read every day. Like, I read every day. Now that I got 5 businesses, I work harder than I did when I had 1 job. But I love it. Like, I'm excited right now because this is a blessing for me. I get to share my testimony. I get to learn about other people. And I get to grow. I sat there and had a conversation with Miss Diane. And I thought Miss Diane was one of the board members, the way that she carried herself. But then she opened up and shared with the fact that she's just like y'all. She's no different than anybody else in here. So I'm going to give y'all five quick tips to change your life. 5 quick tips if you practice these things daily to change your life. Like, I don't sit back and say that I'm perfect, I'm saved. No, I still have to defeat myself every day. Because we do something, because we are spiritual beings in a physical body, we create habits. We're habitual creatures. Check the next time you go from your new job to home. You're taking the same way every day. And watch how you feel when they tell you alternate route. You know that you could just go around the corner, but you're like, what? I take this way every day. But that's because you create the habit. When we get a cut on our finger, we don't say, finger, you know what? I need you to blood clot this up. I need you to put a scab on it because that's what I want you to do right now. Subconsciously, our body automatically kicks us into high gear and it closes that hole for us. And if you don't get any dirt or anything in it, it heals itself. So these 5 things, one of them is having a definite purpose. Not just the fact that you got a job now, like I said, it was the first step. Now what you want to do with this job? How much you want to make now? Now you make $7 an hour. Set the goal for yourself that you're going to make $10 an hour by next year. Don't let nobody opinion of you determine your reality. You're not a felon. You're not low income. You're a human being. So when you start to know your worth, nobody else can put a price tag on you. For this, I get paid $800 to $1,000 an hour for standing and talking. You know how much weed I had to sell to make $1,000? So understanding that concept, that hunger, I'm yelling at y'all, but I'm yelling at myself. Whenever I talk, I look at myself in the mirror and I realize that there's more. So set desires and goals for yourself. And number 2, get your attitude. Having a positive mental attitude attracts anything successful. Success is not money. Success is not a nice car. Success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. And what that means, if you want to be the best housewife, if you want to be the best husband, that's what you're successful in. If you want to be the best manure shoveler in Richmond, that's what you're successful in. So change your attitude. Start to see the blessings or the lessons in every opportunity. And I guarantee you there are going to be more people like these fine board members wanting to come up to you in the